Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rain do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Smell the marijuana when I speed through. Hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Shit, get your money, not your hater. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm all the way up. I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you. I'm a coach now. Commentating, do the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Make little baby tooted with her nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Mobbing like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Smell the marijuana when I speed through. Hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Shit, get your money, not your hate up. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm all the way up. I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you. I'm a coach now. Commentating, do the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Made little baby tooted with her nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
All right, I'm here. What's up, good Veeple? Let me know that you can hear me by commenting in the chat. I hope he's ready by now. No, I don't know. We ready? Ready? Something. Or about time. Just let me know that you can hear me in the chat. It has. I just knew that tonight was gonna be a lot more smoother on this side, the production side. But it's so many stories, so much to try to share, and then we're covering the sociopathic scammer, and it was so much that I couldn't pick. And I started with this story, and then I moved. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this story, and then I was gonna do this story, and then I'm sorry, VellNito. I got a partner now. And so, he's back there prepping. Y'all gonna see him a little later. His trailer is done. And I'm seeing somebody put ear. Why are you putting ears? That makes me think you can't hear. Be hair good. Yes, that was a very Lydia. That was a long intro. It had to be Lydia. I wasn't even, I didn't have a shirt on yet. We got it. This is about to be worth the wait. Trust me. So VellNito's trailer, because he was like, by this next live, he's like, I want my trailer. And so I worked hard, past a day or two, working on his trailer. So look forward to that in a little while. And he's gonna do the second half of the show so that I can rest up, because I'm like, man, I've just been going for the past a minute. I lost track of time. But anyway, thank you for everyone who's watching on all of our platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and both YouTube channels, both the VellB Reacts and also Reality Chronicles. Just for those of you who are a part of our Veeple community, our VIP text community, and also the Facebook side, thank you all who have been participating in the watch hours campaign that we've been doing for the new channel, so that we could reach that 4,000 watch hours, so that that channel can be monetized. That'll happen in May. We are, last I checked, earlier today, we were like 3,700 hours or so. So we're like, we're 300 hours or so away, probably way less than that, because the calculations are 2 days off. So they're 2 days behind. So what it's showing me is the numbers as of like Saturday. I think it would be Saturday or Sunday. So anyway, thank all of you, because we pretty much, I can say we've hit that goal. So also to note, those of you who are not subscribed yet to the Reality Chronicles channel, which I meant to grab the link for, it is important that if you want to continue to see this sort of content, where we are covering Darius Cooks and exposing the decades-long predatory practices and other true crimes, because it's a true crime story, and other true life stories, that will only be on the Reality Chronicles channel starting in May. So this will be a great time to go over there and subscribe, so that you'll still be in the know. And I'm about to put the link in the chat. That's what taking me so long. I'm putting this in the chat now. This will be where you will subscribe. And so don't be saying, I didn't know you had that channel. I'm still getting people saying that. I don't want to hear that no more. I've had this channel a minute now. This channel been around, well, what, a month or 2 months maybe? This might be our 2-month anniversary. So anyway, that's where all of that content is going to be. So definitely make sure to subscribe now so that you don't forget. And click that notification bell as well. And also just the FYI, I wanted to say, I do have a filter on the comments. So I've noticed in watching some of the live streams back that I'll see some people reposting the same comment that doesn't get approved by YouTube. That's because there are certain keywords that are blocked from being able to be in my comment section in the chat, or even on the front end, especially curse words. And, we talk about the M word and the K word, all of that. That is all filtered. So if you're noticing that you're typing and it's not something just totally ridiculous, because our moderators can also block. Thank you so much, Mocha. Our moderators can also delete and block your comments. But if you know it's something that seems innocent enough, but you may have used one of those obscene kind of words just because you talk like a sailor out in the streets, just be mindful that that could be it. Retype it and don't use certain words. Make it as PG as possible, and it should go through. So yeah, with that, we're gonna get started with the topics because we had a lot to go. I can't even tell you how many stories. I think we got 10. I don't think it's probably 10. Now that I'm looking at it, it's probably 10. I'm sorry, y'all. So this, I know it's a work night for everyone, but hang in there as long as you can and watch the replay for the rest. So tonight we have quite a few topics. As I said, we're going to talk about Don Lemon, who was fired from CNN, and the drama that's surrounding that, because it seems like it's opening a bit of a can of worms. Then we have the unfortunate story of an Uber Eats driver who went to make his last delivery for the night and never made it home, and was later found in his remains were found in a trash bag. Alice, blessed child of God, sent that story to me. So it's kind of like breaking news. So that slowed me down a little bit too, because I was like, this is something I need to add in. We're going to talk about that. Then one of my favorite shows, this piece here is going to be a little personal. There's one of my favorite shows from back in the early 2000s as a little gay man growing up, called Noah's Ark, is now returning. So I wanted to, that's a story I just wanted to do for myself, a nostalgic kind of story. Then we have a little viral video story that's out about a guy and how he celebrated the birth of his newborn. And that's going to be very interesting. Just a quick little video. And then we will not introduce, but welcome our co-host, VellNito, and his trailer. We're going to do a premiere of his trailer. And then he's going to get into his topics. Today, he just wanted to talk about the most recent stunt queen antics of the crook we know as Darius Cooks, aka Darius Crooks, and talk about some of the psychology behind that sort of juvenile, toddler-esque, undeveloped behavior that this 41-year-old who looks like a 75-year-old man does constantly, and just the kind of the psychology around someone who behaves in such a way, just in case you're forgetting how old he looks. Scampa is what, not grandpa, but Scampa here. And that's a name that VellNito came up with the other day. He said it. I just started chuckling. I was like, Scampa. I like that because he looks old as hell. He's trying. The other night, Scampa went online, tried to talk about me because I am only 3 years away from 50. But get into it. This is what that looked like. That looks about 68 or so, right? Y'all know he's 6 years younger than me. 6 years younger. You would never know. You think he my grandpa. Scampa. All right, so and that's some stuff that VellNito was telling me. The other day we was just ragging. So that's what we do. He and I, we do the dozen sometimes. So anyway, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff. So for those of you who can hang. If you can't, definitely come back, because the ending of our show, the second half, is gonna be worth it. It's gonna be epic. Letting you know. Yeah, y'all know I know VellNito very well. So anyway, the first story, as I said, was where we at? My God, I got so many thumbnail images and everything. All right, here we go. Don Lemon. So it is reported that Don Lemon has been terminated from CNN after 17 years of working there. He's had as an anchor on multiple shows, and he had his nightly show. I watched it occasionally. I don't know. Sometimes I could get into his show, and then other times, I don't know, he couldn't hold my attention. I don't know what it is about him, but I don't know. There's some stuff that people have been talking about. There was a Vanity Fair article that came out a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, about him, and in it, they were saying there were people who were outing him, saying that basically behind the scenes he's a bit of a diva, bit of a monster, and there were people who were coming out anonymously, kind of recounting his bad behavior against the staff, etc. And so it was just a announcement abruptly made that he was no longer working with CNN. Don Lemon took to his Twitter to basically kind of give his version of the story. And in his tweet that we have here, he says that, I should put it over here too. But anyway, ladies, can you take the comments down so I can read that? It says, I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work that I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play with that, like the Vanity Fair article. With that being said, I want to thank my colleagues and my many teams I have worked with for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them the best. So that was Don Lemon coming out, giving his side of the story, and CNN was like, "You liar. We actually did try to, have a meeting with you, and you declined, and instead ran to Twitter." Now I'm just giving the version. I don't know who's telling what. I don't know what's what. I'm just telling y'all what's out there in the internet streets. But there's a lot of speculation of, what was at play. It seems like some insiders at CNN are slowly, besides the Vanity Fair article, are slowly leaking out, some dirt. Is definitely helping their side. One of the things that they are saying that are coming out in the leaks is that he had low ratings on his nightly show, and that's the reason he lost it, and they moved him to the daytime morning show. And they're saying, but the morning show's ratings aren't that great either, and he's not polling well. So as an individual, for those of you who may not know, when you have those kind of shows, they do these group think kind of sessions, surveys and stuff. And they'll ask like, oh, when you watch this show, who's your favorite person? What do you think about them? What do you think about their personality, their style, their this, their this? And they're saying that when they did those polls of the audience, that his ratings were very low. Basically, well, we're good with everybody else, but he can go. And so, and also that it was rumored that there are guests that when they were find out he would be the host or interviewing the interviewer for their segment, they would decline. They wouldn't want him to be the person interviewing them. So there was, there's a lot, behind the scenes, obviously brewing or has been brewing. So here's a clip that they're also saying plays a major role in it. They're saying that this clip here is part of the reason that Don Lemon was let go. And this is kind of talking about, I guess, somewhat of a contentious interview. I really agree with Don in this situation, but they're saying, I guess, this tone that he has is part of the issue. So let's take a gander. Oh, if it'll play.
Rights movement happened is because black people did not secure their freedoms after the Civil War, and that things turned around. People which
thing about me
tried to change the freedoms that were supposed to.
And you know how they got it?
War
they got their Second Amendment rights, and they actually got the NRA played a big role in that. But today, down the
NRA did not play a big role.
Absolutely, they trained black Americans how to use firearms.
That's a lie. That's not. The NRA did not play a big role.
This is just historical fact.
It's not historical fact.
The part that I find,
because you say it's historical fact.
The part that I find insulting is when you say today black Americans don't have those rights after we have gone through civil rights revolution in this country.
You are sitting here telling an African American about the rights and what you find insulting about the way I I live, the skin I live in every day.
Here's where you and I have a different point of view.
Black and white that black people don't have in this country, and that black people do have.
Well, here's where you and I have a different point of view. I think we should be able to express our views regardless of the color of our skin. We should have this debate
I'm not saying you
without me regarding you as a black man,
insulting that
but
you're
me regarding you
here,
as a fellow citizen. That's what I think we should say.
Whatever ethnicity you are, explaining to me
whatever ethnicity
about
I'm,
what it's like to be black.
Whatever
in America.
ethnicity I'm, I'll tell you what I am. I'm an Indian American. I'm proud of it. But I think we should have this debate. Black, white, doesn't matter.
I think we should have this
on
debate.
The content of the ideas.
Do it. You should do it in an honest way and in a fair way. And what you're doing is not an honest and fair way. Okay? We appreciate you coming on.
With due respect, Don, I look forward to continuing that conversation.
Thank you. The conversation.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
I like the fact that they shook hands, like the fake handshake after. I was like, Don Lemon knows he wanted to pull that man across that desk and drag him out the door. But anyway, so they're saying that basically, you know, that tone. And again, I totally agree with, I'm so sick of them telling us what kind of existence we have. I'm sick of it. But, you know, it is what it is. And then we have Lee Daniels, who inserted himself. I don't know with Lee Daniels. I'm not sure. And y'all I don't know. Let me know in the chat how y'all feel. I don't know. It's something that doesn't work. I like his work. I do definitely love his work. But something, I don't know. It's something don't work I don't know. The vibe. It's something. So anyway, he went on something live. He went live and he went on social media to say that what would be great is if Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson, because he was fired from Fox News. I don't really care about that. So I didn't bother adding it in here. But anyway, Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox News as well. And he's saying what would be amazing is if a brilliant, you know, showrunner or creator or whatever, a producer would put them together as a team and have them co-host a show like with these extreme views. I don't know about all of that, but that's, you know, that's just what's out there. I had the clip, but he does so much cursing in it and I ain't have time to edit it out. So Google it if you really care that much. But anyway, let's get into the comments on this. We ain't gonna spend too much time on these individual stories because we got so much to cover. And VellNito sitting here, I'm hearing him huffing and puffing like he can't wait for his turn. It is coming. It's coming. Vel must be having to, yeah. Nah, my glasses are good. They're right here now. I got so many right here. Yeah, don't forget the new Reality Chronicles channel. The link is in the chat below. And let's see. You're better than the real reporters. They only get half the stories. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. My problem is I over research. Love you too, Lauren. Thank you so much. Kimberly in style. That's terrible. Yeah. Yay. I love Nora's Arc and I'm a straight woman. I'm so happy to hear that, Renee, because I did honestly debate about whether or not I was going to cover the story. And I'm like, F it. I don't care what people care about that. It's something I care about. And guess what? This is my microphone. So if I get to talking about something that's nostalgic for me and really help me come, you know, kind of come to terms with myself and all of that, yeah, I'm gonna shout it out. And so that's what we're doing. You remember it too, is it Shania? Shania? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Nora's Ark, I remember that. Yeah, they're coming back and they look good too. Well, we'll get to it. We ain't talking that story. Y'all know me, I'm random. So next thing you know, I'm deep diving in that story. We ain't even got to it yet. Looks older than me, and I'll be 67 on my birthday in June. Yeah, Scampa. Yeah, Scampa. Scamming with AG. Yes, you can't sleep at night. Positive vibes only. You can't sleep at night, and you need drugs. Oh, Jesus, I forgot I'm on YouTube. I should be emphasizing the word. But you need edibles to, you know, fall asleep at night and all of that because you're conscious. Jesus, take the phone. Let's see. I had no idea how old Scampa is. Yeah, Scampa, he turned 41. December 29th is his birthday. I just turned 47. What was it, a week ago, y'all? 47. I ain't gonna take the head off. Y'all want to see what's under there, but get into it. 47. And then that he 41. Look, You got nerve enough to talk about me almost being 50. You wish you already missed the timeline on being able to look this young at 50. Sorry for you. Not sorry, actually. I'm an MSNBC girl. CNN lost me a few years ago. Yeah, I think that was for me too as well. There was some foolery going on there. I watched him and Chris together, but he did Chris foul. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of when it comes to Don Lemon, and I still haven't been able to, I think just because there's so much on my brain trying to get us, ready for today. And I've been excited about VellNito and what we working on together. But I haven't been able to quite recall some of the stuff I've cataloged about him that isn't good. But I can't remember it off the top of my head. But I'm like, yeah. So I'm not surprised. I believe it. Yeah. The Vanity Fair and the stuff that has been, said. Yeah, he would say some inappropriate things. Yeah, well, because he just apologized, a month ago for saying that some women were out of their prime at some age. I forgot, he was referring to Nikki Haley, I think, and some other ladies. So yeah, he and then it was something right before that, it seems like, or right after that. So yeah. No, I think it was something right before that. Trikeisha said, hey, Trikeisha, crazy. Then CNN said they asked to talk with him. What did the article say? Honestly, I had the notes and I'm looking here because I was rushing with so much and we got so many stories. I didn't add it in, but what I'll do, Trikeisha, is add it in our Facebook VIP community. And I'm probably going to do a deeper dive video on it if I can get to it right away. But yeah, they were basically whistleblowers and talking about how his diva behavior and disrespectful behavior. I don't want to say more than what I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it was along those lines. Almost like Ellen, like the Ellen show, that the stuff they had going on behind the scenes, making toxic work environments for people. It was along that same line of stuff that they were talking about. Kimika says that's what they did to Chris Como. That's the same thing Chris said about him. He didn't give Chris a heads up, and that's why their friendship is rocky. Oh, wow. Maybe I think that's part of what I cataloged and have kind of forgot about. S. Kemple says, like Craig fired on his off day. Right. It is rough when you get fired on your off day. Renee Essa says, I'm supposed to be playing my game. I'm a gamer. LOL for this. VellNito is my favorite. I still love you too, Vel. Thank you, because don't get me, I'm gonna act like Darius Cooks and get rid of VellNito, because Darius Cooks, if he can't get the shine, or somebody seems to be getting a little bit more attention or love than him, then he gets rid of that person. So don't have me get rid of VellNito if y'all start showing him more love. HR, I haven't clicked on it yet. Rita St. Rose says HR let him get his self fired. Yeah. Karen says someone needs to check his ID because he can't be 41. I've known him since he was 19 years old, so he is definitely 41. I know that for a fact. He is definitely 41. Them years went fast. He passed me up. He passed me up about 5, like a decade. Woo, Jesus. Okay, so let's get back to the next story. Thank you, everyone else who commented. Well, our moderators backstage. Well, we got Alice, Blessed Child of God, and Marianne Coker and Precious G. They're all helping. So they're starring comments. So we'll get to them in between stories. But we want to keep it moving so we can get on to VellNito. VellNito. I got to post it here. I forgot, was it Donna or I forgot who suggested to post it, but it's right here. So I don't keep saying the wrong name. Okay. So the next story we have is the story of Randall Cook, who was an Uber Eats driver who was making his last delivery. It was on April 19th, and he was texting with his wife, saying, he was on his way home. he was going to make one more last delivery, and then he was heading home, and it wasn't even far from his home. He goes to make that delivery, and because it was so close to home, etc., his wife was like, okay, it's been an hour, whatever it's been. She was like, this is way too long. It wouldn't have took that long. So now she's texting him back, and he's never responding. She then calls the police, and they start to look for him. They don't find him. They ended up contacting Uber Eats to find out what was his last location that he should have went to. The police go to that location. They search around. No one was at the home at the time. They ended up searching around the home, looking, to see if there was any signs of anything around. They didn't see anything. So then they did some more searching. There was lakes around. They're searching those sort of things. And then they went back to the house. When they went back to the house, they were able to get in, and they were able to then find evidence that, what was his name? Oscar. Oh, did I put it? I don't think I pulled this picture in, y'all. Oscar Solis was the person who took the life, unalived, deleted, Randall Cook. And so this is Randall and his wife, and he has a stepdaughter. So it was his wife and his stepdaughter. The wife is saying that he was the sole provider of the family. He was the only one working. And they do have a GoFundMe set up for them. So I didn't find it real quick. I'll put it in our VIP community, in our Facebook VIP community for anyone who's interested. But they're saying that he was texting his wife saying he'll be home soon around 6:43 p.m. And then at 7:13 p.m., he completely stopped replying to her. And, that's when she reported him missing. So what they're saying is they were able to look at the camera footage. I guess like maybe he had a Ring doorbell or something at the house. They were able to look at the camera footage, and they literally see Randall walking up to the home, but they're saying that all of a sudden the camera cuts off and you see no other footage. So that perpetrator ended up turning off the camera and did whatever he did to him, dismembered him, put him in trash bags. And then they say the next thing you see on the camera is like the next day is him taking the trash out. He had a roommate. I think the house was, being rented. The house was rented by his father who lived with him. The father moved out and the father of the roommate moved out and allowed this Oscar guy to move in. This Oscar guy is a felon who was literally on probation still. And he was on probation in Indiana. He had went to Florida, and they're like, he didn't register in that county. So like he's technically was illegal or whatever, but he's a gang member and a violent offender. And they're saying that the roommate was saying no one else was in the house at the time of the act. And they're saying that his roommate was saying it was odd to see that he was even emptying the garbage. Because I think the roommate was the one who was there when the police came back, and the roommate let him in because he's like, he don't know nothing then went down. They were also saying that earlier that day on the Ring camera, I'm just saying Ring camera, on the camera, they were able to see that there were two youth who were also at that home that day. And these are two, looks like a young female and a teenage boy. They had been at the home earlier, and they're now looking for these two individuals. Not that they think they have anything to do with the incident, but that they can maybe give some insight into maybe what happened earlier in the day leading up to it, etc. And so they're also putting out a call for anyone, with Crime Stoppers to call if they have any information on this situation and the youth. They're saying that the guy was a gamer. The felon is a gamer, and they think that could be why the teenagers were there. But to me, that's creepy because the guy, and I hate that I did not, hold on, y'all. I just got to get get out of my own head and just usually don't like doing this sort of stuff on while we're live, but rando. But I'm gonna pull up his image because I know some of you haven't seen it. Here we go. Give me a second. Open a new tab. Right here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share it with y'all so y'all can see the creepy person we're talking about. Take that down. So that's him. But anyway, I hope y'all can see that pretty well. But anyway, this guy with the tattoos all over his face. Did we see any teardrop tattoos? Can't see from here. But this is the guy who is being or has been arrested, you know, for the unaliving of Randall Cook. So yeah, it's a very unfortunate story, and I'm like, Dad, you can't even. I'm working. I actually had been meaning. I have some other stories that will be on a Reality Chronicles channel as videos, as pre-recorded videos, where I have been seeing more stories of Uber drivers, the ones who pick up passengers, and them having their, you know, being taken out while working, being, you know, things happening to them. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, this is food. Like, you would think the food delivery side, like if you're getting away from the passenger part, because you're like, okay, they're in the back seat behind me, they can do all kind of crazy stuff. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna just deliver the food. I'm just walk up to people's houses, you know, hand them the bag and walk away. You can't even do that because you got people like that. I'm gonna learn the words I could use one day, y'all. I feel so stumped sometimes. Like I can't find the words that I can use. And then YouTube still reduces the monetization on these videos. What was I gonna show? Oh, I'm gonna do the comments for this. Let me pull this down. Get back to what we need to be on. Okay, I'm gonna do some comments. Let's see. Here we go. Trying to catch up to comments about this topic so we can stay on topic. Let's see. Says, dang, that's crazy. People are sick. Yeah. It's sad trying to make an honest living. Yeah, it's very scary, Renee. Wow, that's crazy. Condolences to the family. Yeah. Say what town? That was in Holiday, Florida. I think that's he would make fun of Nancy Grace and Soledad O'Brien, as well as other women on the staff. That's still about probably a few minutes behind, friend. Catch up, fast forward. That was about Don Lemon, though. Yeah, he looks very scary, and I'm like, I don't know. When I saw the picture of him, my first thought was like, wow, the terror that must have been Randall's, you know, that experience of, oh my God, this person is, you know, trying to take me out, and how horrible, you know, those last moments must have been. And I mean, all he's doing is delivering food, really. Like, what's up? Yeah, Alice, definitely. Satan is busy. Yep, that's true too. Some people should never get out of prison because he is, from what I was understanding in my quick research to be able to bring it to you, to all of you, it was stated that he was a violent offender. So this wasn't like, oh, he was just in there for, you know, petty crimes and, you know, some, street corner offenses. No, they're saying he was a violent criminal, and, you know, he's out. Twinkle Star says, how does the roommate not know something was off with this dude? I mean, I think you don't always know the mindset or psychological mindset of a person, or that they're capable of that. And the roommate was not there when the incident happened. So I don't think we can blame the roommate or point a finger in that direction, because a lot of us have been around or associated with or had a coworker or something that we like, what? They did what? I would have never thought. So I could see that. I mean, because a person has tattoos literally all over their face, doesn't make them a criminal. There's some people who are tatted like that who have never committed a crime in their life. So I hear you, but I would not point a finger at the roommate, because I could see how. And the truth is, whether the roommate thought he was weird or odd or anything else doesn't mean he, was liable to take somebody's life, and the police can't arrest you for that. You can't say, oh, my roommate real weird. He weird acting. Could y'all take him to jail? Like, that's not how that works. So I don't know what the roommate could have done before anything really went down. Why Lie to Me says, you got to be really sick to dismember, a body. I DoorDash, and I make sure to have a piece plus mace. It's crazy. And then I was starting to think, I wonder, will Uber Eats change their policy to like, we have to leave the food on the doorstep or whatever, and that we're not handing it to you anymore. I don't know. That's crazy. Power down. And then what's really, and they also said that the father of the tatted guy, I'm trying to think of a word. Y'all give me a word I could use that's not too offensive to YouTube, but offensive enough that we don't respect him. But anyway, the father of the guy who unalived Randall is the person who ordered the Uber Eats. So he ordered the Uber Eats for his son, and then Randall was taken. Okay, and then we're gonna do two more, and then while I work in Holiday, Florida in the 90s, a lot of weirdos. Oh, interesting. Said your son does Instacart scary. Yeah, pray for his safety and him to know about these stories, so he's extra cautious. I forgot who I just read that said they have the mace in their piece, like literally walk up to the door with them out, like the bag in one hand and your piece, like, I got you. You grab it. Okay. All right. So thank you for everyone who's commenting. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Nicole Driver saying some Uber drivers added plexiglass. Yeah, I've seen that on some YouTube videos. I meant to, what I was trying to do. Hold on. Why are you asking about teardrops? Is that significant? Martha Howard is just known. It doesn't mean, in every single case, but it's known that a teardrop represents that, in that world, the gang life and all of that, that they have unalived someone before. That's but whether they have it or not doesn't necessarily mean that's true, but that's, urban legend kind of thing. And so our next story, to lighten the mood, because God, that was heavy. I was like debating where to put that story in the lineup. I didn't want to put it first because YouTube's so fickle. But I didn't want to put it first. And then I didn't want it to be too far in the back either, because we got other depressing news once VellNito comes out, and, got to talk about the scammer predator, the predator who, harms people in other ways. But anyway, the next story is the return of Noah's Ark. And it was a show that was out in the early 2000s. And it was, for those of you who may not be familiar at all, it was a combination of Sex and the City and Queer as Folk. And again, if you ain't familiar with this, you probably ain't familiar with Queer as Folk either. It was a gay show. It was a show based on the lives of that show. I think it was 4 or 5 of them. I can't remember, 4 of them maybe. And their life, but it was very Sex and the City-esque. So like Sex and the City for male gays. Same with this. This show was similar to that, but it was a all black cast, and it was kind of a cult kind of following with it. It was on the Logo channel. I don't even know if Logo still exists now, which was the first LGBTQIA plus, whatever, something like that. It's too many letters for me. I'm like, what are y'all doing? But anyway, it was on that channel, on that network that was dedicated to programming around that. Eventually they lost their way, because I used to watch it incessantly when it first started. But Logo lost their way, and then it just started being reruns of Golden Girls and a bunch of Roseanne and a bunch of random shows. So I don't know what happened with them. I don't know if they're still on air, because it was sucking horribly compared to the way it was. But anyway, this show was so good that it oh, thank you, Rachel. This show was so good that it actually, I think it got canceled by Logo. And when it got canceled after maybe the 3rd season, y'all correct me in the chat for those of you who actually know. Okay, you say yes, Logo is streamed now. And so when it ended, they came back sometime later. I can't remember if it was a year, a couple years later, and they did a movie. So it was Noah's Ark Jumping the Broom. And it was such especially in Chicago, it was across the country, but in Chicago, it was such a big deal that people were buying the movie tickets weeks in advance. And when I even went, the movie theater was so crowded that I literally was on the 2nd row of the theater. And y'all, most of us have been to the theater, and you're doing this the whole time. But it was worth it. It was worth it. So anyway, it is back, and the creator of it, and I don't know if I'm getting this wrong, but Patrick Ian Polk. Do I have him here? Oh, I didn't pull it up. But Patrick Ian Polk, who was the creator of the show, he was like a newer writer and all of that. He has done some other great shows, and if I'm not mistaken, he has something to do with P-Valley. Let me play. I'm gonna play this clip for y'all, and then I'm gonna double check that, because I don't want to. I'm on YouTube. This ain't Kitchen Table Talk, so I just can't be saying random ish off the top of my head and to be wrong. Y'all be like, yeah, that was wrong, and Vell said. Vell ain't gonna be telling no untruths around here. You know, somebody already want to act like I just make up everything, so I can't give no validity to that, because even if I give the wrong information about Patrick Ian Polk, they gonna try to use that to say, see, I ain't no scammer. You see, he lied about Patrick Ian Polk. Thank you so much for that reminder, Alice. So, okay, I'm gonna play this little clip.
I will say, I'm very happy to confirm that there is indeed more Noah's Ark coming. This year. That's right, you heard it here first at the IAmVellB Awards. Breaking news, Noah's Ark is coming back.
All right, I'm back. So yes, I was not off. He actually directed or wrote 2 episodes of P-Valley, for those of you who know what P-Valley is. If you don't, I ain't got time to be going all that. It's a very popular show about the Pank, which is a strip club. And also he's written for The Shy, Being Mary Jane, Blackbird, I think was that was like a independent film. And then he has a bunch of other independent films or whatever. So he's a very accomplished person in the industry. And so I'm very happy, because there was, and I'm gonna play here while I'm talking. There was a lot of talk in the streets, in the LGBTQIA plus and whatever else they want to add community about this show coming back, and people were excited. But that literally has been rumored for about 4 or 5 years or something like that. And so these are the men that were a part of the cast. That was part of the cast, as you saw in my earlier, and that's, well, it's going so fast. Let me do this. Never mind. But anyway, a cast of a very attractive African-American men. And I just can't wait for it to come back and see what the storylines are going to be like and you know, reminisce and all that good stuff. Let's see. Okay. We're going to move on to the next topic because this one's it's a little viral situation. Power Dynamics for Life is saying alphabet offensive to the gay community because it's hard to keep up with all the letters. It's hard for most of us LGBTQIA plus people to keep up with it as well. I've practiced it. I've practiced. But some people, I'm not the spokesperson. Wait a minute. Attention, everyone. I am not the spokesperson for gay people, not gay blacks, not gays, period. Not the LGBTQIA plus community. But what I can say is usually when I hear people say that, they're meaning it in a more offensive way. They're making a light of it. But the truth is most of us gay people, I'll say the gay people I know make fun of the LGBTQIA plus thing anyway, because it's like y'all doing too much. Like we can't add every letter. It's crazy. But everyone wants to be represented separately. Sexuality is a spectrum. It's a whole thing. We ain't gonna talk about that. Ain't what this live is about. But it's you have to ask the person or people you're communicating with when you're using that term. Marner Davis says Paramount Plus Noah Arc season 1 and 2 on April 26th to stream. Oh, thank you so much for that. And I have Paramount Plus, so I will definitely be watching that and just reminiscing and getting caught, refreshing myself so that when we get to this actually coming back out, you know. Yeah, Wade definitely had it going on. For those of you who don't know, it's hard to show y'all in this way, but Wade is the one who is the second one in from your left. Yeah, he was supposed to be the straight guy who was curious and ended up falling in love with the guy in the middle who is Noah of Noah's Ark. That's Noah in the middle. And yeah, he fell in love with him. They ended up getting married too. That was what that was what the movie was about. They ended up getting married. Kimberly InStyle says, Vel, we need to have an in-person summer kickoff mixer for the VIP community fan club. It's in the future. I'm not sure when. It's in the future because yeah, we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that with the Patreons and all that. We'll figure some stuff out because there's a whole thing that's attached to that. I don't want to get way off the topic with this, but we're working towards that. It may not be this year though, but we're working towards it. But we'll see. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. We'll see. So this next story that I have is one that went viral because people are saying that. Oh, Alice, put that back. I just noticed. Sometimes I'm glancing, but I'm not really reading the comments that are on the screen. It keeps falling down. So I think your phone, something going on with your phone. Here we go. Scampa would probably tell you that he is the spokesperson. I'm sure he would. He thinks he's the spokesperson for everything. So this next story is about how people flex in a very weird way as this man celebrates the birth of his new child. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Get ready to be commenting on this one.
Oh, Lou. Let me think up. Oh, Lou. Let me think up. Oh, Lou. Let me think up.
So this guy, and I'm like, where's the mama? Is the mama the fool recording this? Because who's the fool recording this? I guess not understanding what germs are. Right. Hey, you there, coronavirus. Like who? When I saw that, being again, some of you know I have an early childhood ed background. basically I was raised in the industry. And I'm like, if you don't get that dirty ass money off that baby, like, hello, common sense, po baby. And I'm all about, you know, building generational wealth and, you know, setting your children up to, you know, be more prosperous than you were starting out. But that was a very whack flex. And I mean, you never know how dirty money is. And you can tell it was like crispy. He probably just got it out the ATM or went straight to the bank. But that money has been touched by hands with germs. Money is one of the dirtiest things that any of us touch besides our phones. And somebody I saw on Twitter when I ran into this said, is this a girl? And if so, why is he treating his baby like a stripper? It was like, he is. He's just throwing money at his baby. You're not starting your baby off right. Power dynamics for life. Okay, you say ghetto. And then somebody was saying that only people who aren't used to money do things like this. And I'm like, clearly, I don't know why people who try to flex in that way think it's impressive, like Darius Cooks, who constantly is showing his bank account, is really showing how broke he really is, like devoid of purpose and a calling. And because money is not everything. It's helpful. It helps, you know, with life and with things and getting things done, etc. But if that is your only source of motivation for life, I feel sorry for you. You're really showing how, and then also it's showing that you obviously didn't have anything growing up. And we know Darius did not have anything growing up. We do know this. But yeah, it shows some real mental damage there. Oh, and somebody, one of the other last comments I saw was somebody said this was they said this was upfront child support payments because I'd say this is the last time that baby will see that father. That's like, it's true. It's true. And along those lines of shenanigans, we're revisiting the story that we did one day last week, whatever day that was, Thursday or something, Wednesday or Thursday of last week, where we're doing a follow-up on where are we? I didn't wait. Let me see. Did I take it out? I might have taken it out. I did take it out. Andrew Caldwell. We already know what he looks like. And so he gave us an update on last week. I told you that he did an announcement saying that that we needed to contact his management. He would be unavailable for the next, he said 24 hours. And that we needed to contact his management team. He would be unavailable if we need anything. Please, no calls, etc. But pray for him because he was having a procedure, a routine. He said procedure. He did say routine procedure. Well, we got an update on what that procedure was, and it ain't nobody's routine procedure. But here's Andrew having his routine procedure. And as we can see there from the magic markers or permanent markers all over his gut, around his, he's actually having the mommy makeover that Darius Cooks has had a couple times, actually. And he's saying, let me look at it here. He says, initially, I was hesitant to share images of my physique. That's not a physique. However, I now appreciate a wonderful community of individuals who have shown me compassion and closeness after confidently eliminating any undesired content. What? They have become my family, and I'm excited to share further updates with you. Okay. And so in his caption, he says, at first, I was uncomfortable sharing images of my body, but after removing any unwanted content, what is the unwanted content? This here is content. Your body parts and skin is not content. What? Oh, Jesus. He says, I am now grateful for a fantastic group of people who have treated me. And then he gives the name I ain't saying it because I ain't advertising for free over here. But when I saw the last part of it, I said, this boy done got him some free cosmetic surgery, a free mommy makeover, or discount, or greatly discounted mommy makeover from a plastic surgeon, and in exchange he advertised for them, because at the very bottom it says, please utilize the provided link, and then he puts the name of them, to receive top tier treatment and a $250 discount. He says, refer to the website for further details. So it's a sponsored ad. Now the question is, because I ain't seen him. I haven't seen him. I don't follow him like that. This just happened again. Pop up my timeline. My algorithm on Instagram was like, you like this foolishness. Look at this. More shenanigans. I know you're going live tonight. Here you go. So I don't know if he's back up and about and all that. With Andrew, you just never know. Could all be stunt like Darius Cooks. It could all be stunts and tricks. So we'll know when we see him later if this was real or was this all for the gram. But anyway, I just wanted to share that because I was tickled pink. I was tickled, and I was sure some of y'all might be as well. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So in response to the baby, Money Baby says that baby should have sneezed all of that off, right? With what the hell that money is? What's happening with the comments? What the money is dirty. Did he not think about that? He didn't. To answer that, no, he did not. I'm so sick of people wanting sympathy for plastic surgery. That honestly, I don't even think that was really sympathy as much as wanting attention. I cannot with Mr. Undelivered. All you got to do is post on IG. That's what makes me sick about influencers. Y'all not paying, but we have to. Well, it depends. It depends on the situation. He probably got a discount. Ain't no telling. But the truth is, in defense, wait a minute, I just processed what you're saying. In defense of the social media influencers, aka me as well, we have what they call a following. We have supporters, and therefore, when we do that sort of thing, especially somebody like him, for better or worse, Andrew does have a following. For those, I know some people like it's some people who are diehard followers who follow him like the D-High flying monkeys. And so what that means is he's bringing them business. So the truth is there's a great possibility that he's brought that company more than what his, mommy makeover would cost 10 times over by even a handful of people who might be like, oh, I've been wanting to do that. And I've been looking for a plastic surgeon, but I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to go, etc. But I trust Andrew because I follow him, etc. And now this plastic surgeon might have that person's business. So whereas before I was an influencer, my friends and family wasn't enough for me to be able to get discounts places. Whereas now I can say, hey, I have 100,000 followers across platforms. So when I post things, people do look at it, etc., and might consider doing it. So that's the reason why influencers do get discounts and all of those sort of things. It's an industry. It truly is an industry. I know we entertaining and him with the shenanigans, people taking it all light, but that's truly a business. It is a business. He's an entertainer. He truly, for better or worse, again, but he's an entertainer and a public figure. Melissa is saying, Vell, you should be sliding those slick shots. Vell, you be sliding those slick shots in so smooth. Well, I do what I can. VellNito is he just go with it though. Me, I'm a little more subtle. Where is he getting all that money from? All the people he also yeah, I keep hearing y'all. I saw the last live we did on here, but I saw y'all comments about what y'all allegations against Andrew. Yes, I am unique says, is he also getting a brush reduction? I didn't see. He didn't show his front part. He only showing his side. So we didn't see if there was no permanent marker around his big old idiots. Don't know. We'll find out though. You know, he was at Costco shopping, not a bandage anywhere. What, Alice? Was that today, Alice? Now that's hilarious. Because with the level of surgery that he's marked up with, he wouldn't be walking around. But wasn't that Thursday? I forgot what day I did that story with y'all. Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know though. That's kind of he would still be in pain because I've had friends who had this kind of work done and they were in pain, like drainage and all of that stuff. And we know Darius Cooks had his mommy makeover too. So he was kind of laid up. But I don't know. He was also online cooking with those drainage bags hanging over the food in his kitchen too. We'll talk about that one day. We got pictures of that. But anyway, next story. We're moving along. We trucking. It's happening. I was nervous. I was like, maybe I did too much. Maybe we got too much we're talking about. I just realized, y'all, I'm done. I am done for the night. That was actually my last story. And you ready? Okay. Well, I know you've been ready. God. Okay. They ready for you too, I think. If you are ready, hold on, y'all. I got a new toy. Hold on. Give me a second. Bear with me. Oh, let me see. I got to learn how to work with it. Okay, 89%. I'm looking here at the poll. I'm going to end it, but I did a poll. This is a new toy I got for y'all. Oh, let me take this down. Andrew, get out of here. I got a new toy I've learned to do on this live, on our lives, and that's where I can do polls. So when I'm asking y'all certain questions like, should we continue? You know, looking like we're going to run over. Like we had an hour and 13. That's not bad, though. I honestly was very nervous. We had an hour and 13 minutes. So tonight might be, it's definitely going to be another hour plus, at least. I know that for a fact. So we might be looking at 2.5 hours, 2:45, maybe 3, depending on what. VellNito, don't go too long, though. We don't do no 4-hour lives. You can't be doing all that because I still got stuff I need to do. And I need my computer and my screen back and all that. But anyway, I did a poll and it said, did you hit the like button? Like or thumbs up button. We got 89% that said no. That said yes. We have 5% that said no. I'm hoping that 5% is now able to say yes. And we had 6% that said they did not know how. And so I'm going to put something together to show people how to hit the like button because I have become aware that there are people who don't know how to, they want to, but they just don't know how. Hold on, I'm doing another poll real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so you should have another poll there. And depending on the rating after this trailer, we'll decide if y'all, you know what I just realized? VellNito's trailer ain't in here. Give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. This is why it sucks to be rushing. Okay, give me a second. So the question is, are you ready for VellNito? In the poll. Oh yeah, you can only see the poll. I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Wilson. The poll you can only see on the main channel, which is my VellB Reacts channel. So the rest of you can put it in the chat if you're on any other platforms. If you're ready for VellNito, just say yes or VellNito. Type it in the chat in your comment section. Let me pull in. How did I forget this of all things? I know, man. Calm down. I ain't doing it on purpose. As hard as I worked on this thing, I definitely didn't do this on purpose. Forget to pull it in. Now the question is, will I pull the right one in? Okay, yeah, that's the right one right here. All right, I think it's going to play automatically as soon as I pull it in, y'all. So we will see. And then I'm going to
Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route that's seen it. I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
I actually interviewed Darius Cooks on my radio show. Might have been 5 or 6 years ago before he blew up on social media. And this was just articulated. He actually went on Periscope Live during the radio show and did his own show in the studio during the show that he was supposed to be on. But he's a narcissistic individual. And because of that, he's had many of these run-ins. I think there was a scandal a few years ago where he was doing fake credit repair for people and got sued. His restaurant got closed down, those sorts of things. So he maintains these online scams, preying on the hearts and minds of his followers. And even just articulated after our show, because we tend to ridicule people when they act up on our show. He actually went on Periscope Live to talk about me and our producer and some of the other guests after the show. So this has been going on for a long period of time. Now, legally, when somebody talks about you online, that's just talk. But once they get into the place of making threats, either violence, threatening to release personal information, well, that's where you can actually file a criminal report against this individual. And if they do release improper or censored information, personal information that is privileged, that absolutely, you can report that to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or to the Federal Bureau of Investigations for them to look into it, particularly if you have multiple individuals who are involved in this.
What's up, good people? Y'all ready? Did y'all miss me? Because I know last week, we were, I was introducing myself to y'all, and let me know that you down for more of this exposing by typing in the chat. It's too easy. It's too easy to do this. I mean, it's so many receipts that it's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Because this scammer has been scamming for so long that it's been documented all on the internets. All on Beyonce's internets. But thank you for letting me know. It's too easy. Chocolate and Rachel and Deshaun and Renee S. and highly favorite friends and everybody else is letting me know it's too easy. We can do this with our eyes closed. Because a scammer that we know, special education scammer, there's Crooks. Because this sociopath and scammer, his stuff is documented all on the metaverse, all over these Facebooks and internets and the Twitters and the Instagrams, all over. We can do this with our eyes closed. So, speaking of doing this with our eyes closed, the only ones who got their eyes open, but they must be blind because they can't see, is the willfully ignorant, blind monkeys. the flying D-Hags. Flying around. Hey, D-Hags. Flying around. Collecting information. All wrong. But anyway, VellNito wanted me to remind y'all to go on over to the Reality Chronicles channel. That's where, because I'm remembering, because you put this over here on the screen for me. I got dog it. You done producing for the night. Thank you. Good job. So he wanted me to remind y'all that he don't really want me over here, because there's a different kind of channel. This channel's supposed to be about uplifting people and commentary with compassion. And I tell you, I'm from the west side of Chicago. I'm from K-Town. Was raised on Camerland. For any of y'all been over there, right off Pulaski and Division. And so, how I look at it is, if you ain't got no compassion for me, why the F I got compassion for you? But that ain't how Vell rolled. He was raised differently, unlike Darius Cooks. He was raised with his parents, both of them. He actually knew his daddy. To his last day, he was there for his daddy taking the last breath. Whereas Darius Cooks, daddy passed away. He had said when he went to the funeral, that was his third time seeing him. He ain't had no feelings. But what we later realized is it wasn't that he ain't had no feelings because he didn't really know his daddy. He ain't had no feelings because he ain't got no emotions. Not the real kind. He got the kind for the theatrics. But he ain't got the emotions that the rest of us have. That ain't how he get down. It's the sociopathic behavior that is within him. But anyway, what you're going to do, if you ain't did it yet, is you're going to go on over it. I'm putting it here in the chat. I know you showed me earlier. I got it. So I'm putting it in the chat right now. Is the Reality Chronicles link. That's the channel that I would be going live on. So it's kind of like VellNito giving me my own channel. Now don't get it wrong. I just got a haircut. Don't worry about my mustache and my beard and stuff. It's moving like I still got hair on my face and stuff, and my lip and all that. But anyway, that's where the content for true crimes. Darius Cooks is a true criminal. That's where he gonna be. All his content, the new future content, the old stuff we leave over here. And we're gonna clip over some stuff. Well, Vell, I'm saying I don't do that stuff. Yeah, this is computer stuff for you. I don't do the computer stuff. Now I'm gonna tell the truth. What you put together, I'm gonna tell it. But I ain't gonna be on all this computer. He spent hours on this thing. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, go on over there and go on subscribe now. And then I'm gonna do a little poll. Well, he gonna step in during one of the breaks or something, do a little poll. Make sure y'all over there subscribing. Because I don't want to hear, he's sitting here complaining. He like, well, you see, I got like almost 40,000 subscribers on the VellNito, but it's only 1,400 of them on the Reality Chronicle. And if I start doing content over there, it's only getting 1,000 views on the video, and then people ain't going to know, and they ain't going to spread the word. I hear you. I ain't making fun of you. I'm just telling them what you been telling me. So, yeah, y'all going on over there. He worked hard now. He putting all this stuff together for y'all. Going on over there and then quit being lazy. Use your fingers. Okay, anyway, we're going to get into it. So, the other thing, too. He put some notes in. I'll be transparent. He got some notes here for me. I got it. He's smart like that. He's smart like that. He knew if he ain't give me no notes. Y'all seen what we did the other last week. I'll be all over the place. So he got some notes for me. But in the chat, if you've already subscribed to the Reality Channels Chronicles, what is it? Oh, okay, I got it. The Reality Chronicles channel. Put your world globe emojis in the chat. Just put a bunch of emojis of the globe in the chat and let us know that you've already subscribed over there. And then we're gonna make people who ain't subscribed yet feel left out. So they go ahead and do what they supposed to be doing. Okay, so so let's move into the first topic today. Today, what we're gonna revisit, or not really revisit, some of it new, some of it, VellNito and talk about. But for me, everything new. Y'all ain't heard from me, just told y'all a few things. We're gonna talk about, psychology of a, sociopath. That being Darius Cooks. We're gonna also talk about this story. This boy sitting on there hating on Tabitha Brown. Man, y'all know our vegan sister, Tabitha Brown, don't bother nobody. Nobody. But he bother everybody. So then he want to play the victim. Always playing the victim. He want to play the victim after he done come for her. And thank God, she just rolled different. She ain't like me. When they go low, she go high. She got that Michelle Obama thing going. Y'all saw when Wendy Williams got to trying to drag her for no reason, talking about her husband using her and all that. Like, no, Wendy, that's your story. That ain't Tabitha's story. Her husband actually took care of her for years, decades, before Tabitha took off. Her husband helped her with her dreams by taking care of her. Your husband helped you with your dreams by living off you and taking care of other women with your money. Different life. But anyway, we saw how gracefully that Tabitha Brown handled that situation. And so she's doing the same thing with this. Honestly, I don't even think she noticed. Well, she probably knows what's going on because, the internet stuff is all over the place. But yeah, anyway, we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to do a little reaction video. I think we got it up in here. So, hold on, y'all. See, I'm getting used to all this. VellB, he been doing this a little while, so he knows. So, he really wants to express the use of the term. We've been both talking about flying monkeys. Take this down, you can't see the flying monkeys. You can put the flying, and thank y'all for those emojis, the Reality Chronicle emojis in the chat, letting us know you already subscribed over there. We appreciate that over here. Flying monkeys. Because, black people get offended when you start saying the monkey word, pointing it around, but sometimes it applies. And so we just wanted to make sure you understand when we say flying monkeys, what it means. It's actually a term. It's a psychological term. And it says here, what are flying monkeys? It says flying monkeys are the people who enable and support a narcissist. We know Darius Cooks is a narcissist. It says some will even help the narcissist in carrying out spiteful or deceitful acts. These people could be her family members, friends, her partner, or even her own children. We can say here, well, we can say her, because that's a stunt queen. He act like a queen. So when we say her, we're referring to Darius Cooks. When they say it in here, they must have knew I was going to do this on Darius Cooks. Says, even when they know the narcissist is doing wrong, they will help her, that's in Crooks, her, because they fear her. They know if they don't help her, Crooks, she is going to punish them. Usually by using silent treatment on them. That's that block button, y'all. That's when he be blocking them. And they be like, please don't block me. I got a question. I don't mean no offense. Please don't block me. Are you gonna go live later today? What you gotta ask him? Not to block you because you going live. Thank you, Devon Douglas. But you gotta beg somebody on the internet not to block you. What? Make it make sense. Wait. So it says by using the silent treatment on them or doing spiteful things to make their life miserable, like doxing them, posting their information on your social medias, making them feel like everybody after them, sending these bots, sending these burner accounts, making them feel like hundreds of people are after them and know their personal information when it's just you with your taco meat chest laying in the bed, tweeting all night because you can't sleep because you're the spine of Satan. Take a drink. Getting me all worked up. I'm a little slower than Vel. Vel get to talking. He get to going. He won't slow down. He won't take no swig of water. We gonna work our way through this. So that is what a flying monkey is. So when we say flying monkeys, that's what we're describing. All of that that they do over there. Flying around. Darius Cooks is perfect. He's perfect to us. We live for his IG lives. We ain't got no lives ourselves, so we live for his IG lives. We live to give him all our money on all this stuff that he get from Alabama. He paid $9 for a pop. We'll give him $200. We don't care. We love that taco meat. We love that 87-year-old, 41-year-old. We love him. He can't do no wrong. Flying monkey. Put your monkeys in the chat. Put your monkeys in the chat if you've seen a flying monkey before. If you've seen a blind monkey here in this chat or over there on the internet in them different social media streets, put your monkeys in the chat there. Put your monkeys in the chat. And when they pop up over here, because they're going to come. They're going to start coming, especially on the Reality Chronicles. You know we're doing the Reality Chronicles channel. When they start acting up in there, because we ain't going to be blocking them. Oh, we ain't blocking them because we're telling the truth. You ain't got to hide the truth. He the one that blocked. He blocked because I'm lying. Because I'm hiding the truth. We got truth all over up in here working. So we ain't going to hide a damn piece of it. We're not going to block you. We're just going to put our monkeys up. And our clown faces. I love the clown. The clown entertains me. I chuckle a little bit when I put a look. I reply to them sometimes. Every once in a while I clap back. And I put a little clown face at the end of it. Because they clowning. He clowning them because they clowns. Flying monkey clowns. Flying monkey clowns. So can somebody create a flying monkey with a clown face? Because that's what they are. Anyway. Getting off topic. So, is this it here? I think that's it. So the other piece of it, thank you, Nicole Driver. The other piece of it, now we're talking about the psychology of it. We're talking about the flying monkeys. Flying monkeys, that's his followers, the D-Hags, aka the D-Hags. But then we got the leader of the cult. The donkey-faced leader of the cult. The roach body leader of the cult. The milk dud head leader of the cult. Darius Cooks. What's his psychology? How we get here? How we get here? How we get here from a big boy from Chicago, Illinois, West Side? How we get from this to this? Chiclet teeth. How we get to it? Huh? How we get from somebody who can't control themselves with food to somebody who can't control themselves with scamming? Huh? How we get here? I tell you how. I got this program called Chat GPT. It's a new thing. You put it, you Google it, it type up stuff for you, put papers together for you, all that. Don't use it to cheat if you're in school now. They got stuff to detect it. But anyway, I said, let me use this program. Well, Vel introduced me to a VellNito. You know, he into all this stuff, y'all. So he told me about it, and I was like, well, let's see what it says. Because, you know, he always saying, you know, Darius Cooks, yes, he's a narcissist. That's clear. That's clear. But the more you think about it, it's deeper than that, because we all know some narcissists. met some. We got some in our family. Some of us accidentally dated one, or even worse, married one. We know narcissists. But this is different. It's deeper. It's to the core of rottenness. It's to the core of evil. So we started to look up what's a sociopath? What's a sociopath? Let's take a look. So GPT, what is a sociopath? And what it's got to say? It said, in terms of sociopath, it is sometimes used to refer to a person who has a personality disorder characterized by a persistent pattern of disregard for the rights of others and lack of empathy or remorse. Who always talking about it's somebody else's fault? And even when they get caught up and get backed into a corner, they become a victim and create a mental health crisis, on a personal mental health crisis, and put pill bottles on top of business binders talking about they got anxiety. Your anxiety causes you to hurt people? What kind of mental disease you got? Says this pattern of behavior may involve lying, manipulation, impulsivity, aggression, and a disregard for social norm and rules. The normalcy of not scamming people who trying to support you. The normalcy of not doxing people because they disagree with you. The normalcy of not burning every bridge of every person who's come across your path. It says, however, it's important to note that the term sociopath is not a clinical term used by mental health professionals. It's a little derogatory, I guess they're saying. I don't care, I'm still use it. Says instead, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders uses the term antisocial personality disorder. So if y'all want to use that long ass term, y'all can use that, but I'm still say sociopath. He's a sociopath because he checks every box. Every box. Says to describe people who exhibit such behaviors as in Darius Cooks. His picture would be next to this definition if we looked up Webster's. Says individuals with antisocial personality disorder often have a history of conduct disorder in childhood. Growing up, and not see, I don't want people to get hurt and get offended. I ain't pointing fingers saying if you ain't got a two-parent, didn't grow up in a two-parent household, you turn into a sociopath, you turn into a pathological liar, you turn into a milk dud head, chiclet tooth, scammer. That ain't what I'm saying. What I am saying is in the case of this one, that the fact that he did not grow up knowing him daddy, he saw his daddy less than enough times to count on one hand. And I ain't rejoicing in that. That's sad. It's so sad. Oh, it's so sad. But it does not justify you harming people the way that you were unfortunately harmed as a youth. He got a mama. His mama been around. His mama's still around. I'll tell you where she live, but I ain't gonna dox her. I ain't him. I know where your mama live, and your nephew, and your brother, and your sister. And how you said in one of your lives, you don't talk to none of them. You start talking to your brother because he what'd you say about your brother? He had asked you for $100, and then you sent it to him and blocked him. You a whole millionaire blocking your brother for $100? That's what little brothers do. That's what they do. Sister. Now mind you, these siblings are younger than him by a good 10 years or so, something like that. Been a long time since I've been around them. They're younger than him. And so that's what younger siblings do. Especially when your brother's supposed to be a millionaire. She gonna ask for some. He ain't trying to hire you at none of his fraudulent restaurants or his scam of a credit repair company. So if you ain't gonna hire me, give me the money. But he blocked his brother for asking for money. And he claimed he gave it to him, but he lied so much, probably didn't give him $100. He probably just blocked him. Then his sister, when she was a little younger, unfortunately, had some issues with I'm trying to think now. I don't want to mess it up, but it wasn't. I think she had a miscarriage. Unfortunately, I don't think it was the A word. I don't think she purposely, eliminated the baby. I don't think that's what it was. I think it was that nature did it, and he gets online on his Monopoly money. Hey, you there? He gets online to his Periscope, Instagram live peoples. It was one of them times. And then starts talking about his sister's unfortunate situation and finger pointing, telling a bunch of strange flying monkeys. What? Who does that? Why are you dragging your family to the public? Sociopath. What it say there? Impulsivity, no emotions, all that good stuff. Let me finish reading y'all. Hold them comments for a minute so I can get through the rest of the bottom of this. So where we leave off. So let's start at the top, last paragraph again. So it says, individuals with antisocial personality disorder often have a history of conduct disorder in childhood. And that's the other piece too about this childhood piece. There's so much, y'all. We gonna deep dive even more later. I'm just giving y'all an overview so everybody understand where I'm coming from, what this is with me. And it says, so with his childhood, he talks about being kicked out of his home when he was a teenager. And mama put him out on the street. That's what he say. Now, this is his version. His mama put him out on the street. The stepfather threw a high heel at him, busted him in the eye. I remember hearing this story too when he was 19, when me and VellNito met him. I remember hearing this story. So that it's been pretty consistent. But he claims that they basically kicked him out because the mom had picked the stepfather's side. The stepfather didn't like him because he was gay. But, the more you start to pay attention to this scammer and his history, you start to realize he always make everything else somebody else's fault. You realize that he always try to point towards what he feels would get the most sympathy to get people to fall on his side of the story. So it got me to thinking, because these people been silent. His mama's still silent. She ain't saying nothing. She around. She on Facebook and all that stuff. And the stepfather, he around. He on Facebook and all that stuff. And nobody's saying nothing about him dragging them for decades. Now, a decade on social media, and even before that, before he got on social media, dragging them. And then it started to make me and VellNito wonder. Just because we know all this other stuff, and we only sharing some of it with you, we're going to get through the whole thing. But was it that you was just as sociopathic back then? Were you a kleptomaniac? Were you stealing from them? Was you, doing some trifling sociopathic things in the household that made them put you out because of your behavior, and disrespectful too, because you're disrespectful as hell? Were you behaving like this as an 18, 17-year-old whenever you got put out? Was you behaving like this in your parents' household? Is that why you got put out? Because I'm starting to lean that way. Did you get hit in the head with a high heel shoe because you was getting ready you was bucking up and he had to put you in your place? What? I just really want to be a fly on the wall way back when and 1999, 2000, whenever that stuff you tell us happened. So anyway, history of conduct disorder in childhood. And the disorder is typically only diagnosed in adults who have a pattern of violating the rights of others and engaging in criminal or socially unacceptable behaviors. He checks both boxes. Both of them. All of them. But both in this sentence. It says, it's important to remember that having a personality disorder does not necessarily mean that a person is dangerous or violent. No, because he's bitch made. He ain't violent. Except for the employee he attacked because she was a female and smaller than him, and he pushed her against the wall, and the patrons, his female patrons, the flying monkeys, had to separate him from the girl, get him off of her, and the police got called. That's a whole nother, so we're going to talk about that one day. But other than that, he's bitch made. He don't touch nobody. He throws rocks and hides. He uses the internet as a weapon because it's bitch made and he want to hide behind a screen and a keyboard. You're bitch made. When the situation with Don Vaughn happened, the Hollins family, and he doxed them. He put out the latest profile picture, put out her whole family picture, the kids, the husband, all that, because she was talking about him. I mean, she was interacting and engaging online, and she was sharing this stuff, all this stuff, this decades long of predatory sociopathic behavior, and he ended up, doxing him. So her husband was like, I don't do this internet ish. He come out, he do a little video, smoking his cigar, and he like, you gonna have a valve problem. I ain't seen that part, but that's besides the point. But he comes out, and then Darius Cooks go to his live stream because the guy's like, call me. He put his number online and everything, gave his number out in public. He like, call me. We need to talk, man. You sitting here putting my whole family information on out here in this internet street trying to threaten us. Darius Cooks, he bitch made. He ain't call. Instead, he got on his live and started climbing back to his D-hag hag. I'm sorry, I ain't supposed to be saying that word, but the D-hag flying monkeys. He get on there, flapping to them, talking about some, if this dude touch me, I'ma fall to the ground and scream. Cause it's bitch made. He ain't say nothing about going toe to toe with that man. It's bitch made. Anyway, let's finish this up. Y'all take too much time. We had an hour and 50 minutes. We only got to we didn't got to the dear old not dear old, but the beautiful Tabitha Brown yet. That story is interesting. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Says does not necessarily mean that the person is dangerous or violent. We see that he's bitch made. And it says, and that many people with the personality disorder can lead fulfilling lives with proper treatment and support. So my question to you, Darius Cooks, is where is your treatment? Where is your treatment for your disorder? Because you're out of order. You are out of order. Out here in this world, using the gifts that God gave you to serve a Satan. You are out of order. You are so out of order. Speaking of that, you just made me remember a clip I forgot to pull in, or Vell forgot to pull in. Hold on a minute. We can do this real quick. What else we got down here? Play this for you. We talking about predatory practices and all that stuff. I'll just pull this in. This random is a little, well, actually, I don't have it in no way. It don't matter. So, Vell out here, he back here keeping time. He's saying stuff to me, though. So we ain't having no 4-hour live. Probably gonna hit 3 though. It's probably gonna hit 3. Watch the replay if you can't last for it all. I understand. It's a work night for some of y'all. So speaking of being out of order and just being reckless with people, y'all know the story of Juanito. And Juanito, you know, he has a place in my heart. He has a place in my heart because we share a similar name. You know, I'm VellNito and he's Juanito. And so, you know, when I heard his story, I was like, you know, we share part of a name together. You know, he don't mind just going in. I definitely don't mind going in. And so this is the story. If you ain't catch it, you're going to have to go and check out the other live stream. We ain't finna revisit the whole story. But this guy, Darius, popped up on at one of them restaurants and put a camera in this boy's face. This man's face. And Juanito was brand new, third day on the job. You know, management was incompetent. Very clearly in the video, we saw that. Juanito was, you know, doing the best he could given the situation. Darius Cooks, being the arrogant, sociopathic, non-feeling, non-compassionate person that he is, because he hasn't gotten his treatments yet, went ahead and was giving the boy a hard time and then got online and played the victim as usual. Well, I don't know what I did. Y'all tell me what I did. He's a sociopath. He didn't know, y'all. He really didn't, because he ain't getting no treatments. So anyway, he ended up, you know, the flying monkeys. We already know what that means. Go to the beginning of the video if you missed that part. We're explaining what the flying monkeys mean. Flying monkeys. Flying monkeys is getting the boy, harassing the restaurant and getting the boy, basically he ended up getting terminated. I'm sorry, I keep saying boy. Juanito, the man, ended up getting him terminated. Darius Cooks making money off the whole termination, made it to some internet drama, you know, that hadn't sold nothing in weeks before that, and then all of a sudden his sales shoot up because he got this queenish and discount code, and the flying monkeys just, oh, we want to buy from you to prove that you so right. And so that's what they did. And so Darius is still over here bragging about how much money he made. And so in this video here, that just happened, you know, within the last 24 hours, he still got Juanito's name in his mouth and still making fun of this situation because he's a sociopath. Okay, so let's go.
I was like, well, you know, if this would be a great way to give back. Y'all always saying I don't give back. That's what y'all always say. Y'all be asking me who you give, who do you donate to, and what organizations do you support? I just gave back. I give right to the source. That's what I do. I know I shouldn't be this paid. Y'all can pray for me. Well, I was like, well, you know, if this would be a great way to give back. Y'all always saying I don't give back. That's what y'all always say. Y'all be asking me who do you donate to, and what organizations do you support? I just gave back. I give right to the source. That's what I do. I know I shouldn't be this paid. Y'all can pray for me. Well,
and he's realizing, I mean, you know, he has moments of clarity. He's saying pray for him because it's petty AF. Not only, I mean, the man that lost his job, you supposedly a millionaire. What successful millionaire got time to troll the everyday man, the everyday worker? You too busy running you should be too busy running your empire to be concerned with a man who you claim only make a percentage point of what you make. And then you get on bragging and harassing. So for those of you who didn't quite understand, didn't quite understand what was going on here, the first screen is Darius Cooks on his live screen saying that, on his IG live, saying that he is he sent a donation to Juanito. This was Juanito's Cash App. So Darius, because people were supporting Juanito on social media because Darius getting them fired, and the hags, the D-hags, he ended up going on Juanito's Cash App, and he sent Juanito this $10. And he says in his caption, "For just to say thank you, signed Chocolate Drop." Now, this is Darius writing to Juanito. So you still harassing this man. You still don't have enough purpose in your life that you not only got this man fired, that wasn't good enough. Now you got to insult him by Cash Apping him, and you're really showing how broke you are because you only did $10. If you was really trying to be petty, you would have sent $1,000 or $1,000. You claimed $600,000 off of it. You're still broke. That's what that $10 showed. Petty. So, okay, here we go. This thing I want to pull in. Hold on. Let me give y'all this again. Vell, so I can play my trailer one more time. Play my trailer, and I'll be right back, y'all. If I can get this. Vell, why your computers it just be slowing down sometimes? What's happening over here?
With my eyes closed, it's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Trying to earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And exposed to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
I actually interviewed Darius Cooks on my radio show. I've been 5 or 6 years ago before he blew up on social media. And Justice was just articulated. He actually went on Periscope Live during the radio show and did his own show in the studio during the show that he was supposed to be on. But he's a narcissistic individual. And because of that, he's had many of these run-ins. I think there was a scandal a few years ago where he was doing fake credit repair for people and got sued. His restaurant got closed down, those sorts of things. So he maintains these online scams, preying on the hearts and minds of his followers. And even just articulated after our show, because we tend to ridicule people when they act up on our show. He actually went on Periscope Live to talk about me and our producer and some of the other guests after the show. So this has been going on for a long period of time. Now, legally, when somebody talks about you online, that's just talk. But once they get into the place of making threats, either violence, threatening to release personal information, well, that's where you can actually file a criminal report against this individual. And if they do release improper or censored information, personal information that is privileged, that absolutely you can report that to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or to the Federal Bureau of Investigations for them to look into it, particularly if you have multiple individuals who are involved in this.
Like to pick, right? Might as well use this fire for something. Excuse me, Mr. Lucifer. Can you tell them to turn the heat down a little bit on this side? Because I need a hot side and a cold side of the grill. Mr. Lucifer, I got the ribs marinating. But Mr. Lucifer, it's too hot and it's gonna burn all of them. So can you please tell the administrators to cut this side down a little bit for me, please? Thank you very much.
Mouse over here sticking. So you see he's talking to Lucifer. I'm telling y'all, it's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed, or me and VellB can do this with our eyes closed. It's too easy. We literally got you on camera talking to Lucifer, talking to your leader. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. All right, so we ain't gonna hold you too much longer. We VellB, we just talked, and he's like, let's go ahead and keep it moving. He's saying I'm spending too much time on certain topics. So we talked about him allegedly being a sociopath. I'm VellNito. I'm no medical doctor, those psychiatrists. We just read what we Googled it. We read Chat GPT, and it told us what a sociopath is. And we just use our own mind and common sense and make the connections. But I ain't nobody's doctor, and neither is VellB. But we got good sense. Speaking of the spawn of Satan, let's talk about this next story here, where recently Darius Cooks, the scamper, has been in these internet streets talking about Tabitha Brown. Beautiful, successful, talented, entertaining, motivational, inspiring story, inspiring woman of God. While she's in Dubai celebrating her 20th wedding anniversary, celebrating love, something that Darius Cooks don't know how to do. She's celebrating love with her husband and her friends, Kev on stage and his wife, and Tabitha and Chance. I'm forgetting Kev's wife's name at the moment. But they're in Dubai right now. well, let they post it later, you know, because the social media influencers, sometimes we'll post stuff later and we're done. So y'all don't be chasing us. We do that sometimes. But they in Dubai, flying luxurious and in this beautiful hotel suite, 2 stories with an aquarium that's through the glass on both floors. Like instead of windows, it's just a huge aquarium with fish everywhere. And thank you so much, J Rave 609. Really appreciate that real donation. That helps a lot. Very expensive trying to run all this over here. He don't be telling y'all and being very honest and transparent about all that. He just trying to, you know, keep his nose to the grindstone. He like it's gonna come. You know, he'll get everything back. You know, triple fold. Thank you for getting a little closer to that. Says this is for you, VellNito. Do not give this to Vell. Well, see, I didn't catch that part. I think he walked away for a minute. Between me and you. I'm gonna have to put my Cash App up here separately. So anyway, while Tabitha Brown is you know, living her best life, honestly, doing her thing. Darius Cooks sitting there, must have been seeing her post, getting all just stirred up in the inside, because what the life she have as a social media food influencer is the life he wanted. She got sponsorships up the wazoo. She turning down brand deals in her sleep, and you can't even get an Arby's to return a tweet. You try to act like you invented a fish sandwich, like they done had the fish sandwich out for a decade, around Lent for a decade, and you and your crazy flying monkeys acting like you the reason why they're selling. No, ninja, it's Lent. Everybody eating fish sandwiches. Because they believe in God, not Satan, like you. I mean, we got the video of you talking to Satan, Lucifer. That was you being transparent in that moment. You always, I'm transparent. That was a transparent moment. So, anyway, let me see. This stuff all out of order. I apologize. I was rushing VellB. Uh-oh. Is it even? Okay, I might just tell y'all this story, this part of the story. So anyway, yeah, I might just tell y'all this part of the story. It didn't get pulled in. So Darius Cooks is was online. He sent out a Facebook message. I'm sorry, just you know, he put out a post, and he was asking what happened to Tabitha Brown's restaurant, because he, you know, he's the supposedly a food reviewer for Black-owned restaurants across the country. When he doing his dining with diarrhea events, he's also going around reviewing Black-owned restaurants and bringing their reviews down, treating them like he's an expert. And he had 3 businesses, 3 restaurants that got shut down by the state of Georgia. Well, 2 of them got shut down by the state of Georgia, and the other one, you know, health inspection issues, all that. We're going to talk about that one day. He could run no successful restaurant, but he going to go around reviewing other people's opened restaurants. Yours closed. And you wasn't the reason. Well, you were the reason it got closed because of your lack of business acclimate. But it wasn't by choice. You had no choice. They made it for you. The state of Georgia made the choice for you to close Greens and Gravy and Soul Crab Atlanta. And it was due to your above 701 credit repair scam. We're going to talk about that later, too. We're looking at that next week. That's going to be on next week's agenda. But anyway, so while Tabitha Brown living her best life with her husband, Chance, and her good influencer friends, Darius Cooks decided to post on his social media asking, what happened to her restaurant? Somebody said it was closed. And he's like, what? It's closed? What happened? Why it closed? Oh, and people's like, boy, you got some nerve asking why somebody else's restaurant closed. And so they started dragging him. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They started dragging him. And he got in his feelings because he can't never take accountability. Because he's being messy. He's being messy. And the reason we know he's being messy is because he had some level of association. Now, he's telling this story, and I'm putting pieces together. So this part is alleged based on common sense. So he obviously had some connection and interaction with Tabitha Brown at some point in the past. He claims, from the bit of a clip I was able to catch, he claims that they were trying to do some kind of deal together, I guess some brand deal or something. He claims their management teams couldn't agree on the terms. Their attorneys and management team couldn't agree on the terms. And I said to myself, what management team you got? You running that scam pie about yourself. What scam? What kind of management team you got? Boy, please. So anyway, I'm sure whatever they had going on, to whatever level, it probably was some regular collaboration that influencers do, get on a video together and do something, because it would have been years ago before she hit it like she hit it now. And he claims it didn't work out. So what I'm surmising, based on common sense, is that maybe she didn't really know who he was, and then one of her team Googled him. You Googled him, you just go immediately after his paid advertisements. Immediately seeing Darius Cooks and all the articles on her. So I'm sure she was like, "Yeah, I can't touch him." Her team was like, "Oh no, we don't deal with people with scamming allegations, and they got a name that's attached to a scam." Thank you so much, Carolyn Chamberlain. Can y'all split this because the sister's broke? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, Carolyn, we're gonna split it. We felt like that. Unlike Darius Cooks, our business partnership is fair. We're not trying to get over on each other. That's a Darius thing. But so he claims that happened. I'm assuming that her team rejected, or she personally was like, "Oh, here now." And so he as usual, again, this is me putting the pieces together. I'm sure he got in his feelings. He always gets in his feelings when he feels rejected. Because I told y'all, that's why we had to go to the origins of this. Because of his childhood and his background, that rejection thing hits him a little harder. I get it. It hits him a little harder. So when someone gives him a no, it ain't got to be rejection, honestly. Just a no. Just a no, you can't. You can't impress upon me what you want for me. He feels like he's been rejected all over again from his childhood, and it enrages him. And it has to come after you because it's trying to repair the damage that was done in his childhood. Got to get help. Get help before they get you before prison. Because I don't know. Do they do will they help him in prison too? I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all think they'll help him in prison? Maybe that'll be when he'll finally get that level of services he needs. But so long story short, don't know what happened with that behind the scenes. However, this is what I'm gonna say. This is why I needed Vell. He was rushing, so some of these notes all over the place. So what we know about these people and influencers is that people know people. So you got Kev on stage and his wife, who are actually best friends with one of Darius's former survivors, victims, for lack of a better word. Stovetop kisses. And I ain't gonna go deep into this story today because I couldn't pull everything. Some stuff I gotta find it now. I hope I ain't lost it completely, but if I did, it's all over the internet. I'll re-find it. So I couldn't pull it together quick enough. But anyway, Stovetop Kisses is a social media influencer. She was actually a part of Darius Cooks' Black Food Network. And they were friends. back in 2014, 15, somewhere up in there. And no, 15, 16, somewhere up in there. And she had a business, Send Treats business. And she was, making these beautiful cinnamon roll treat things. People loving them. Darius loved them. And because of that, he saw an opportunity to prey upon a beautiful Black single mama. So while Danny Rose was away taking care of her father, who had fallen ill, she had left where they were, I think it was Atlanta, and she went to take care of her daddy. While she was there taking care of her daddy, the predator trademarked this lady's business, stole it right from up under her. He was supposed to be mentoring her, and he stole her business from her. Then his followers, the flying monkeys, who knew a little better, had a little common sense, and was like, "Oh, you wrong. What are you doing?" He tried to blame it on her, on Danny Rose, and he said they was partnering at first, just to get her trust and all that. And then after that, he eventually said she was no longer part of the business, and that's because he had completely gotten, did all the dirt that he did. That's the summary of that story. So, and I said all that to say, to tie it together, Danny Rose, plenty of videos out there, is very good friends with Kev on Stage and his wife. So I'm assuming, although I haven't seen it on social media, don't mean nothing, because I ain't seen it on social media, I'm assuming just through association, Danny Rose may also know Tabitha Brown and her husband Chance very well. So is that the reason? Again, this part is a alleged assumption. I'm just trying to put pieces together because they ain't talking. They too huge. They big influencers. They ain't got time for all this, and I get it. And I'm good with that. So they ain't talking. They ain't laying it out like that. They leave that up to us. But common sense is they probably, or Tabitha got wind of the situation, and that's why she don't deal with Darius Cooks. He's enraged. You rejected me. How dare you? Another person rejecting me. So what am I going to do? Because I can't really come after you, because you are a huge influencer. Actually, you're beyond that. She's a legitimate celebrity at this point. Actress, author, cook, TV shows, got her own tab time show, all that good stuff. Her book is really good too. If you ain't read it, y'all, I did it on audiobook. Very good book. Very good book. I'm do on VellNito Reacts. We're gonna be doing more stories like this. That's the uplifting stuff. We'd be doing the biographies of these sort of people, deep dive videos. So definitely stay tuned for that. But anyway, she has a beautiful story, everything. So she's a legitimate celebrity. Everything that this can't be no more. Could have been in the beginning before all the scams started catching up to him, but he can't no more. Brand is garbage, trash. He even said it himself. It's trash. So anyway, what he decides to do is finally he gets an opportunity to suddenly throw a rock, and hide his hand. And throwing that rock was, what happened to her restaurant closed? So he's not trying to infer that she did something illegitimate in business to make her restaurant. She failed. Look at her. She's so successful, but she failing. No. What I know about the situation, because I follow Tab pretty regularly, I do know that restaurant, Kill My Name, was it's actually a Chicago-based restaurant owned by a guy before Tabitha got involved in it. Tabitha, when she was here, if I'm not mistaken, she was taping for the show. If it wasn't that show, it was some other show. She was here doing acting work because she's legitimately successful. She has popularity. Her name is not trash. So she was here working. making money legitimately. And so when she was here in Chicago, she ended up going to the restaurant, Kill My Name. And she loved it. She loved it so much so she did, little advertise, little social media, influencer thing. They gave her a sample in the food. She tried it in her hotel, and then she ended up going to the restaurant again and all that. And next thing you know, I'm seeing videos, and now she's partnering with the man who owned the Chicago location, and they're gonna open up a location in LA. Now, I know she did some other videos, and then it was supposed to have a date. I think it got pushed back a little bit. Then it finally opened. I ain't heard no more about it after that. I wasn't paying attention. Don't mean there wasn't no buzz about it. I just didn't hear nothing of it. So, next thing you know, I'm hearing this. So, Darius Cooks is trying to infer like Tabitha Brown is a bad business person. She failed at having a restaurant. And what I'm saying is that restaurant wasn't just hers. She had a business partner. And from even what I gathered in the video, the guy is very eccentric. Now, the Chicago location is still open, but it probably something went around with the business deal. And it seemed like it was more of one of those brand deal kind of situations. Like she wasn't running it at all. She too busy. She actually busy, but she's smart enough to also understand she can't run all her businesses. She got a team. She ain't in the warehouse in Asia making her products for Target. That's insane. So how you trying to do all this? She ain't packing no boxes in no warehouse. She ain't printing no shipping labels. Why? Because she ain't got time. Because she running a successful businesses. And she has an enterprise. You have a scam. That's why you got to do everything. Because you can't have a team because people will see it as a scam and Ponzi schemes. Anyway, so people get to dragging Crooks all on the internet. And then here we go into victim mode. He says in a post, it's sad that I can't even ask a question without y'all thinking I'm being messy. Yeah, it's on everybody else now. Everybody else is lost and confused. It ain't on him. He goes on to say, the reality is that Corey and I are planning a video series. He's talking about his new cameraman who followed him around. Says, vegan around the country. Need a better title. It sucks. Says, I'm putting a list together of all the Bing restaurants we are heading to so I can review them. Hers was top of the list. But I'm being messy. Why was hers top of the list? No worries. I've gone through the comments. If you mention me being messy and going back and forth in the comments, you are blocked, period. What did it say in our definition of a sociopath? They try to control by alienating people. If you don't agree with me, if you're not singing my praises, you get blocked. You can't question me. You can't hold me accountable. I'm like a toddler. I throw a tantrum and block you. Says positive energy over is not up for debate. I think that's a typo. Positive energy. Now we do positive energy over there. Lies from the pit of hell. Negativity won't be tolerated. And before you try to reverse psychology me, it's a clap back, not a clap front. I never started, but I'll finish it. Ask Juanito. Now, again, what Juanito got to do with you hating on the beautiful Tabitha Brown and her successes? So anyway, he goes on to, put out other posts. He just sat there and blocked 200 people. You's a millionaire running a scam pile. How you got time to block 200 people? Why y'all up in your comments like that anyway? You should be too busy. You got millions millions of followers. How you got time for that? I ain't even got a quarter of that, and I ain't got time to go through all them comments. And especially be blocking people. Ignore them. It's engagement. What y'all saying in the chat? We got 44 starred comments. We're just gonna go through the comments. I don't know what. It's a lot. What else I have? Hold on. Let's see what Vell had over here. Yeah, we ain't gonna do that today. We'll hold that later. Okay, maybe we'll do this. I think I have this one. Oh, hold on. Did we pull that one in? Oh, let me play this for you though. This is part of this. Take tab down for a minute. Uh-oh.
Oh, they closed. Oh. When they close? Why they close? That's a question anybody would ask, all right? But I guess because you don't like me, when I ask the same question, I am now labeled as being messy. I don't know the fuck how when I have told you that the one thing I want to do is put Black-owned restaurants on the map. As a previous owner of 3 Black-owned successful multi-million-dollar restaurants, I want to put Black restaurants on as best I can. I want to use my voice to highlight Black doing, and I don't need permission from anybody to do any of this work, especially if nobody was doing it prior, right? And I'm not saying that there have been no people reviewing Black-owned restaurants. I'm just saying that I want to specifically make that my mission. And if that's a problem, honey, the unfollow button is absolutely free. I encourage you to use it, because if it's a problem and I see the comments, I will permanently remove you with no problem, okay? Now, all I did was ask about, no, you're right. Tabitha is on the map and she does not need me, but you missed the point I made. Again, y'all try to catch me up in so many different ways. You miss all the points. The video series is Vegan Around the Country. That is the video series. What is Kale My Name? A vegan restaurant. Where is Kale My Name? Around the country. Is Kale My Name Black owned? Yes. That is the video series, honey. Vegan Around the Country with Black owned vegan restaurants. This is not about putting Tabitha on the map at all. This has nothing to do with that. But half of y'all would not have heard about 1929 Po' Boys had it not been for my review. Half of y'all wouldn't have gone to Priestess in Davenport, Florida, had it not been for my review. I'm not saying that I'm some magical person that waves a wand and y'all do what I say. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that you cannot deny the fact that the restaurant reviews have now enlightened you to some places that you didn't know about. And that is the purpose of the review. Okay? So I get it. I know you don't like me. I know you hate me. I know you want me to be a scammer. I know all that. Tyrone Adams, you didn't catch the point. The reason you didn't catch the point is because of your previous comment where you said no shade. As a matter of fact, have a great day. Take care. Okay? That's the everybody, somebody stay getting blocked every single time. Don't pussy pop and backpedal on me. I keep it real with y'all. I keep it 100. You didn't like me from the start. So if I could have said God, that is what I'm saying. Oh, they close.
So yeah, I don't know how much I feel like talking about. I'm kind of over him for the night. So, but as you see, we got so much more. But as you see, he's always talking about he don't block people, you know, all this other narrative, and but then you constantly see him blocking people who just disagree or even ask a question. But let's see. Let's do some comments, and then yeah, I had one more thing, but I think I'm gonna hold it for. We may go live tomorrow, but I'm a VellB. He got some stuff he working on. He got to get some other projects out. So it kind of depends on how he feel. But if we don't go live tomorrow, we're definitely going live on Thursday. But he's thinking maybe he might change the schedule to like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing, because of the fact that he has to have days to be able to get out his social media and all of that, you know, and work on the pre-recorded videos and editing and all of that. And it's a lot of work put these you know, researching news stories and putting it all together and pulling it into live. You see how much you forget to put these images and videos in these live streams. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But we working on a team. We're gonna have a team around here soon. Okay, so let's do. Oh, wait, let me see what Miss Wilson says. Miss Wilson says, he def has the gift of gab, but you can so see through this. Yes, I totally agree that he definitely has the gift of gab. That's part of the scam. The people like that are very charismatic, very, and that's what scammer isn't. That's how they scam. That's one of the tools you need as a scammer is to be charismatic. Not yet, Tab Brown. Thank you so much. Hey, Mrs. Park. I'm not quite sure what that means. Not yet, Tab Brown. Not sure. But thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to have any eyelashes after this here live Veil and Friends. I apologize for that. You know, we just got to tell the truth over here. Missy Parker says, I thought he really had someone there. I'm so retarded. Are you talking about VellB and me? VellB having me, VellNito here? I mean, we are two different people. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not sure. Thank you so much, Don Thurland. Glad you love it. We love you as well. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Donna saying, I cannot breathe. Help me. Somebody get over there and get us some oxygen. Got to be prepared when I get on this camera. VellNito forever. Be careful what you ask for, Scampa. That's correct. That's correct. That's why VellNito ain't going nowhere. I know some of y'all feel like I'm a little too harsh. I'm a little too rough. I'm a little too honest. I'm saying too much. I'm going too long. This is my world. You don't like it? There's other things you can be doing. Come back and watch the replay. Watch it when you can. Everything ain't for everybody. It's okay. I don't take no personal feelings about it. It's about exposing a scam, and sometimes you gotta do it this way to get the point across to the flying monkeys and the others. Where do you find your music? Epidemic Sound. It's for influencers. I mean, you can pay a monthly fee too, but it's for us influencers. Pay a monthly fee and I get all the hits. I get all the banging music that y'all hear, and there's thousands of it. More coming. I'm always looking for new tracks for y'all. We got good tasting music over here. Thank you so much, Felicia B. Hey, you there, VellNito, where you get them hairs for that beard? I grew them. Where do you think I got them from? I'm sorry, I was joking. Get some water. I wasn't laughing. This is my hair. Where you get your hair from? Darius says, Veil so silly. Veil, he quiet back there. What you talking about? You talking about VellNito? Me? Hey, you there? Who the hell is that? Who the hell is who? You want to know who you talking about? That's Tabitha Brown on the screen. Tab Brown. Yes, Veil, love it. Is you talking about me, VellNito, or VellB? Y'all gotta be specific. Which is which? We both got the first part of syllables of the same name. VellB and VellNito. Love it. Love you too, Pamela. Thank you for your continued support, friends. Appreciate you. Kimberly and Style, a whole millionaire but owes Eventbrite $90,000. The lies. Yes, Kimberly, you nailed the head on the head. The nail on the head. Yes. I wish I could find proof of that. I got the story from a legitimate source, but it's complicated, y'all. Couldn't get that document from when they was suing Darius Cooks. Got more to talk about, though. The trailer is awesome. Thank you so much, Tales World. VellB worked very hard on it, and I really appreciate his dedication. He really wanted you guys to understand his gratefulness for me handling this part, because he don't really like talking about Darius Cooks a lot. He get tired of it. It's too toxic. Me? I don't care. I'm gonna expose the scammer till the scammer can't be exposed no more. J-Rave, thank you. I think I read this. Maybe this is for you and VellNito. Thank you again, friend. Appreciate you. All right, we're gonna go through a few more comments. Then we're gonna wrap it up. The last part of this, we got so much to cover. We can just keep going and going and going. We can have it in the next live. Catherine Miller, thank you, friend. I don't think I've seen your comment in a while. Oh, sorry, VellB saying right here in my ear, he ain't heard you. He don't think he's seen your comment in a while. But thank you, friend. Says Crooks got in his feelings because Tab and Kev are living their best lives with their spouses when Crook doesn't have a life or a spouse. Correct. He over there commenting and posting about being stood up. How the guys don't even want to be bothered with them. Tell them they too busy. Leave them hanging. Leave them on red. Hey, you there, LOL. Why are you splitting the monies? Because we both got to eat. We both got bills. That's why. What, you think I'm doing it for free? Kellen Chamberlain. Y'all split this because the sisters. Oh, okay, yeah, we read this before. Thank you so much, Fred. There he go blocking people. Right. That's how he controls his narrative. He tells you he controls the narrative. Part of it is telling the lie. The other part is then blocking all the people who contradict the lie. Queen K, and he can't do that over here. We got our own platform with views. He should have Googled it. Like he tells his followers every day. Exactly. Just being messy. Why they closed? Why you care? You a millionaire. You too busy. Y'all were telling me I'm too busy to do that. I'm too busy to answer your email about your order that's 3 years late. But you got time to worry about why somebody else's business closed. Get on out of here with that. Multi-million-dollar tree soap. What? Multi-million-dollar my dollar tree soap. All right, Mr. Gibson. I'm lost. But thank you for your comment. Marlena B, he successfully closed those businesses. That's supposed to be a joke. He successfully had the licenses revoked for those businesses by the state of Georgia. Yes, I agree. If that was his goal, he's successful. Nika Stewart says, that's crazy that he thinks he can put anything of Tabs on the map. Yeah, exactly. And he corrected himself at the end because he realized his normal talking like he just the ish wasn't gonna work in this situation because he just a little pinhole on the map when you compare to the epicness of Tabitha Brown. Again, that's the career he wanted. When VellB and I knew him back in the day, this is what he was striving for. But it failed. And he has done so much damage that he could never repair it. Ain't no level of PR that's gonna ever, and he too cheap to even pay for PR. He could have did that back when everything was really going down, and maybe a little bit mitigated some of it, but oh well, don't care. Michelle Lee says, this dude is delusional. What the F? Yep. Agreed. Facts. Did he just spit? Yes, I think that was the video. I saw that too. Marianne saying, what a lie. Multi-million-dollar successful restaurants only in his dreams. Exactly. But again, he creates the narrative and then blocks all the people who would contradict, who would start showing the documents of where the state of Georgia revoked those licenses, and the fact that he was failing health inspections, and even had the state not taken it for the fact that he had the credit repair, above 701 credit repair scam, they were going to close it for the health inspection issues. His staff having to buy the products, buy stuff to keep the business running, fill in holes with moldy walls and all of that. Oh, Jesus, it's so much. Hey, you there saying old people don't look up-ish themselves. That's the one thing I don't understand about having all this access to all these resources. Yes, it takes time. It takes interest and time, and people just want to be spoon-fed stuff. It's just human nature. These successful restaurants are now closed. Not my definition of successful. He tried it. Yes, he definitely tried it. I want to do that. Look for a good replacement picture. I guess we'll go with that. All right, I'll do a couple more. Let me see. VellNito, do the look back to Vell, please. Why would I be looking back at him when I ain't got nothing to say to him? Huh? That don't make no sense. Huh? Yeah. Okay, I'm wrapping it up. What we got? Oh, okay. Vell said we only got 16 minutes. He said you better not go a second over 3 hours. He said that's ridiculous. Mr. Gibson says, and everybody will still have their money if you didn't scam them. Old raggedy itch. Okay, I agree. F. Kemple says, once I heard him did Danny Rose wrong, I stopped following him. A lot of people did back in the Periscope days, because that's when it went down and they watched it happen in real time. And some of them had common sense and they wasn't being flying monkeys. And they were like, dude, I don't care how you try to twist the story. You did her wrong. You did her real wrong. And so then they stopped following him. But others, some, well, most, stuck with him. They just bought it. And everything he told them since. And that's part of the indoctrination. The fact that he goes live, 4, 5, 6, 17 times a day, that's part of the indoctrination. Because if I give you too much time to be free for the real world, then your senses might start to click in. You might start to realize I'm a scammer. You'll start to notice these receipts for real. It's craziness. I was looking at one of the things. I don't think I pulled it in for today. I think that's for a later topic. There's somebody who's literally commenting to somebody defending, saying the allegations against Darius Cooks, one of his D-hags, but the D-wives, well, D-have, I don't know. I still got to find a name for the mans. This was a dude. And this dude capping so hard for Darius, talking about some the allegations of regarding him. Most of them have been proven to not be true. I did catch that he didn't say all. The fact is, but all of them are true. All the allegations are true. But he couldn't even, he knew better than to say all even. Even he had to admit, well, there's a couple of them that I couldn't even deny. But it's just crazy. But I'm like, they listen to his narrative, whatever he say. I mean, what scammer, who gonna say, yeah, I did it all. Yeah, I'm a scammer. Yeah, I'm being a predator against y'all. Yeah, I'm stealing y'all money. Yeah, I'm doing what? That don't even make sense. If he told y'all that he was a scammer for real and admitted to everything when y'all like, well, Darius, we want to hear your side. And I believe his side. That's what you're supposed to do so he can keep the grift going. What? That's like asking a criminal. Well, that is asking a criminal. But it's like asking a criminal, did you commit the crime? How many, if criminals confess to their crimes, we wouldn't need a court of law. What? Make it make sense. We'll wait. Okay, last couple comments. Because now my voice is hurting. Donna Hammond says, he needs to shut that narcissistic mouth up. You're not that important. Ma'am, we don't want you to be a scammer. You did that yourself. Amen. Amen to that. That's the last thing I expected or wanted for him. Ninja, you a scammer. Scampa. Exactly. He def has the gift of gab, but you can so see through this. Oh, we read that, Miss Wilson. Thank you, Miss Wilson. Let me make sure I ain't rereading a bunch of other stuff. Marlena B says, I'm just trying to be the president of the VellNito Forever Fan Club. We're going to work on that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Marlena B. YNV, she says, VellNito and his... you're trying to comfort me in the comments, I see. I got you. I see you. I see you. VellNito and his Beijing beard. It's natural. It's all natural. VellB even had to laugh at VellNito. Yeah, VellB be chuckling back there too. All right, so thank all of you for this evening. It has been a blast. Vell appreciate y'all. He just gonna have me. Oh, okay. I remember. Okay, so Vell want me to remind y'all about the Reality Chronicles channel. He wants to thank everybody for the cash apps. He wants to thank all of you who stayed in here, almost 3 hours on a work night. He really appreciates it. If you're catching it on the replay, thank you as well. Did I say the Reality Chronicles channel? Make sure you're subscribing. We're looking at the poll. What that poll say? Let's pull the poll real quick. Says the poll we got out here says, are you subscribed to our new Reality Chronicles channel? And 61% of y'all said yes. And that number ain't big enough. It should be 100%. What's the problem? 39% said no. Do you not know how to subscribe? If you don't, we're going to work on that. You got to be subscribed over here, right? So have you did it over here, do it over there. But we love you anyway, though. We love you anyway, even if it ain't your thing. Maybe some of y'all might be, I don't want to hit by no true crime and no true life. Now, everything ain't going to be grim and dark. Some of it might be some funny videos in there, too, just real life stuff. Dog funny videos and stuff like that. There'd be some stuff like that over there, too. So don't think everything will be dark and gritty and scam-pa-ish. Everything ain't gonna be concerning no scam-pa. He ain't the only scammer and criminal in the world. He just the one we knew personally. But damn mean we're gonna talk about him all the time. But we got a lot to expose. But just know there's a lot coming. There's a lot of good stuff over there. So we need to see that number get higher than that 61% in the next live. That's all I'm saying. So thank you to our moderators on the front end and back end. We got Precious G. We got Alice Blessed Child of God, the way that Vell said it. And Marianne Coker and Chef Finder's Wine. And I'm probably going to miss a bunch of them because we've been on here for so many hours. But if I'm missing you, just thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate Donna Hammond, I see. Yeah. Thank. Yeah, and these ain't honestly, these ain't prescription either. So Veil he said once we get to a certain point, he might get me some prescription sunglasses like what he got. So you know, I be straining a little bit, and you know, I'm from the west side of Chicago. You know, I ain't grow up wearing no glasses and stuff, you know. Not saying always, that sounds stupid. What side of Chicago have glasses? Anyway, thank everybody. I really appreciate you. And stay tuned. Make sure you are following Veil on the VIP text community and the well, all that stuff there. Look at me, I'm learning this stuff all quick. The VIP text community and his Facebook group. That's where, you know, he be posting when he going live and all that. So he'll let y'all know if he don't go live tomorrow. It's definitely gonna be Thursday because he got a lot of content and he getting behind trying to do all these lives and stuff. But with that, as he say, with that, until next time, y'all be cool. All right, peace.